store and gas station. Do you still do that?
I sold that 2 years ago. I operated my own gas station for 13 years prior to becoming a contractor a couple of years ago.
So I didn't want to put anything in that's outdated. Anything else that that might be on the website that's not up to date?
No. Pretty much covered. And just like many businesses fallen victim to those promises, so do our governments are following the same path. Just like we're seeing in Europe. There's no way that we can sustain those promises that were made over the years. And so those all need to be revisited. And I believe Congress themselves needs to move in that direction, where their retirements are tied to their contributions along with government matching, as opposed to defining what they're going to get. Hey, everyone, thank you for coming out here today. As we've said before, my name is Rhue Reis. I'd like to introduce to you my lovely wife, Barbara, and my daughters, Lauren and Kristen. I come before you today as a citizen of this state and this nation. I am an ordinary Rhode Islander. I've been disappointed as I've watched as this country continues to fall into deep decline. I believe America's status as a world leader, as an economic engine for the world, is threatened. I believe that it's from within. These factors, like I said, drain the power of the economy in several ways. Unnecessary government intervention escalates overhead costs to businesses, draining job creators of the capital that they need to succeed. Meanwhile, our bloated federal and state spending requires increasing taxation, which also has the same effect. It diverts financial resources from efficient productivity and diverts it to inefficient, wasteful government spending. I would say that the decline of the character of America's leadership has led and had a negative impact on the character of America. The government has distanced itself from the citizen legislation envisioned by our founders. Do you believe for 1 second that anyone in Rhode Island's congressional delegation puts your interests ahead of the banking industry, big labor, their party's leadership, or first and foremost, themselves? Well, I'm one ordinary Rhode Islander who's had enough. So although I come before you today as an ordinary citizen, I will lead you as one offering to lead the way to a great American recovery. Today, I am formally announcing my candidacy for the Congress of the United States from Rhode Island's 2nd District. Please, I ask you to wish me luck, because my success will be our success. So I thank you all for coming.
Well, this is the wrap-up, and we're trying to ask people who were here how they think it went. Liz, what did you think?
I think it went really well. I really like Rhue. I didn't know who he was until I first walked in. I have to give him credit for taking this on.
That's great. Thanks. And Kristen, did you know Rhue before this?
I think I knew him back from my past. I think we might have grown up together. Yes, he's my father. And in terms of the way this event went, I think that it couldn't have gone any better. Throughout my life, he's always said, keeping your priorities in line is the way to go, and he's raised me that way, and I think that his priority is the people at this point, and he has always been that way, always putting himself last, putting the others first. So I think he did a great job today in voicing that and getting everyone to know.
Well said. Spoken like the assistant treasurer that you are. Barbara.
Barbara. He's still my heart. Yes. Today, I think today went surprisingly well from my point of view. I wouldn't ever say that he was not the guy for the job. I think that he is the guy. I think he's the one that has a heart. He wants what's best for the people, and he doesn't care about himself. So all of that being said, I mean, he's out there for a good reason. He's gonna promote what he can, and hopefully get to a place where he can really represent us all in Washington and take on a bigger load and try to change things up and give us some new ideas and new inspiration.
Let me start with Joy T.
Okay.
So what did you think, Miss? Was today a good or a bad deal for the campaign?
I think today was an exciting day for the campaign. It went well. It was Rhue's first introduction to press and the nature of the press, and it was emotional. I could definitely hear that in Rhue's voice and in his speech. I'm excited.
Rhue, what did you think? I don't know what your expectations were going in, but what did you think was going to happen? What did happen?
Well, I got to tell you the truth. I don't know what my expectations were going in. I was only concerned about getting the points out that I needed to get out and how I would come across. I guess that's always my biggest concern is how I come across, because the one thing that I want people to know is that it's coming from my heart and that I am sincere and mean what I say.